Welcome back to Cooking with KD, the Comfort Food King. Today we're going to talk about an integral part of the traditional school lunch. So first of all, let's discuss what comprises the school lunch of our youth. First of all, you were either a lunchbox kid or a brown bag kid. I tried to be a lunchbox kid in first grade, but it was hard to keep up. All the cool kids got a new model every year. My mom and dad didn't believe in that. Very frugal. You were expected to use the same beat up, stinky lunchbox year after year. In fact, one year my mom tried to get me to take my sister's secondhand red plaid lunchbox that just screamed, "Loser!" Now, full disclosure, my first lunchbox was Peter Pan. Imagine a chubby boy in Texas waddling off to school. A curious choice, to be sure. My father could have pulled me aside and said, "Son, Scooby-Doo, Snoopy, maybe that's a better choice." But my parents believed you made your bed and you slept in it and learned from your mistakes. Very old school. Your standard lunch included a sandwich. It was either bologna and American cheese on white bread or peanut butter and jelly on white bread. It included a bag of chips. Now the cool kids, the real operators in the school, got the Frito-Lay variety pack with the chip branded on the bag. I always got just a few chips, the generic no-name chips in a baggie. It also included a piece of fruit in the traditional lunch, a piece of fruit that nobody ever ate. And the standard lunch included, and this is the reason we're here today, for dessert, a luscious snack cake. So let's start with the powerhouse of all snack cakes, Hostess, and their most iconic product, the Hostess Cupcake. Look at that signature white icing curly-Q. But the real calling card for all Hostess products, not just the cupcake, is the cream filling. As soon as that glorious white goop hits your tongue, it's a rush. It's so good. I love you, cupcake. And really, the other items in the Hostess lineup are really just variations of the cupcake. Zingers, Twinkies, Ding Dongs, Ho-Hos. My favorite is the Twinkie, golden sponge cake with cream filling. The hardest part of this episode was buying all this stuff a few days ago and not eating it before we started shooting. It was a close call. Good as hell. However, there is one Hostess item in the lineup that I don't really get. I imagine the R&D guys at Hostess woke up with a bad hangover and forgot they had to rush a presentation for a new product to the executive board. And they came up with, in that moment, the Snowball. Now, I've never had a Snowball, but it's coconut, marshmallow, chocolate cake, and of course, cream filling. Now, when I was a kid, they used to be pink. Now they're blue. Don't know why they're not white like a real Snowball, but so I've never had one. I'm gonna give it a whirl. A little chewier, but it's pretty good, I have to be honest. Snowball, I owe you. Ooh, look at that. The Snowball flesh stretches. I owe you an apology. So let's move on, but before we talk about Little Debbie, can we all just acknowledge the greatness that is Hostess and their cream filling technology? We all have bucket lists. Some people want to travel to Machu Picchu or the Galapagos Islands before they die. Me, I want an in-home ding-dong dispenser. That's my bucket list. Okay, Little Debbie. I think the leadoff hitter for Little Debbie is zebra cakes. It's white cake and white icing with cream filling. Not as much cream filling as Hostess, but it's good. The next one up from Little Debbie is the Nutty Buddy. It's a peanut butter wafer cookie dipped in chocolate. And it's really good. You also got Little Debbie, the Cosmic Brownie. Now, it's just a brownie, but is that a bad thing? It's okay. Not my favorite, but it's a brownie. Now, if I said, who wants an oatmeal cookie? The response would be anemic. But if Little Debbie jams a generous wad of cream filling between two oatmeal cookies, it's game on. That's the best oatmeal cookie I've ever had. So we honor the snack cake in the Great American School Lunch. Maybe you were that special kid who had a snack cake, or maybe you were in the real higher upper echelon who brought Hunt Snack Pack pudding. I like those kids. If I saw a kid pull out a Hunt Snack Pack pudding in a plastic spoon, I'm like, I like the cut of your jib, mister. My school lunch experience was not great. By the time I was in 5th grade, Mom went back to college. Didn't have time to make me a proper sandwich. She was always in a hurry. I'd be lucky to get the Carl Buddings thrown into a paper bag with 2 Weight Watchers ginger snaps. Thankfully, most American kids were nurtured by Hostess and Little Debbie. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time on Cooking with KD, the Comfort Food King. My precious. We're gonna need more cupcake.